What's going on? Back with the Journey Podcast. Jake Moscato is back in town.
We're back.
In New York.
We are fucking back, bro. New setup. You know what's funny? I don't even know where to look anymore.
I mean, look at me.
No, I don't look at you, but I'm saying like.
Oh, right.
I'm like, where is the fucking Gary? You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, no, I think this is cool. This will give it like a much better dynamic.
100%.
And just create more of a back and forth. But
I feel better. I felt better in your chair for the listeners. You know what I'm saying? Like your chair feels much better than this setup.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably a lot more comfortable for your back.
Yeah, it's a good fucking.
We'll get you
back, bro. I wonder how many different. There was one time where you posted like a 30-second clip of the podcast, and in that 30-second clip, I moved my position like 5 times.
Yeah,
I think Jordan Aiken fucking shouted that out. My leg's actually twitching now. It hasn't gotten any better. It's gotten worse, but it's all good.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I'm happy you're back. It's been 4 months. Me and Nick were talking about it. I was just like, yo, like we haven't seen Jake since December.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is crazy.
I would love to hear about like how, because I know we usually, bro, I came home and it feels like nothing is skipped a beat. So when I'm home, like we chill, we hang out.
Yeah.
You know? So I wonder what it's been like those 4 months. Not to make it about me, but like how has it been without me? You know, like.
I mean, honestly, bro, me and Nick just been, kind of doing the same thing, just at his crib, making videos, and then just in the gym, really. And then he's obviously been taking the next step with videography, doing his thing. And I've been kind of finding more of my passion and finding like I need to do something in life that I enjoy. And it's been a bunch of instances where I found myself, I'm like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Like I bring so much value to the sport of basketball, from a playing standpoint and just knowledge of the game. And I love it so much. So I realized like I need to do something with basketball. So yes, I dabble with the camera a little bit. I do enjoy the podcast, but my life is going to be revolved around basketball, because that's the only thing that truly makes me happy. Like,
okay.
Yeah. So that's pretty much like where I've been over these past 4 months, where I've finished my college season and then I took a break for a while, and then it hit me, about a week and a half ago when I was doing something, doing some type of work, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? And I'm glad though. You have to hit those walls. You have to hit those.
I feel like this year for us has been a big ass wall, almost like a revolving. Like you go to the airport and there's like those little revolving doors.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what it's been like for us, and like we see the exit, but like bro, like it's been wall central for us, bro. I feel like not every time we get on a podcast, but like majority of the times we get on a podcast, we're like going back to the drawing board, which is fucking funny.
Yeah. But I think you need these walls, right? And hitting these blocks. And I was watching Bradley Martin's YouTube the other day, and he was just talking about how life is never this gradual incline. It's a wave. So you gotta run with the waves and like surf the waves right through life. So there's gonna be ups, there's gonna be downs, there's gonna be a bunch of things that happen that you didn't expect, good and bad. So I feel like that's where I've been over these past couple months, personally, and kind of finding more of my career path and what I want to pursue moving forward. And then you in Miami, I'm sure you've obviously, found some really good things going on down there. So talk about that and just kind of inform everyone, what you have going on.
Yeah, I think what I want to do, like just like what feels good right now is like I definitely think that like for anyone listening to our podcast, there's so much valuable information. First of all, it's fucking cheers, bro. Huh? What's the fucking deal? Jack Honey. The boys are back with a new setup.
Back.
We're shooting like fucking 5 podcasts this week. This is delicious.
Yeah, no, this is really good.
This actually is like good. You let it sit a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I could. I'm a fan, bro. It's good. I'm a fan. I want to get the sponsorship, bro. I want to get the sponsorship from Jack. But no, we can fucking ramble. And there's a lot of value in the rambling. You know, if people were to really stick through the episode, they would get so much fucking love out of it. But like for purposes of direction, I definitely think we could do a better job of like directing things. And this is definitely a conversation, but the purpose of this episode today, like for me, is because I really just want to get an update. I've been saying it for fucking 4 months, bro. Like I miss podcasting.
Yeah.
I fucking miss podcasting. So like I kind of just want to get on here and just like give updates like you said about how like you kind of realized this past like, you know, week and a half ago, like your career has to be something with basketball.
Yeah.
I said like that's the purpose of this episode. So in terms of Miami, I will start the podcast off before we even get into Miami. Bro, it's so fucking good to be home.
Yeah.
It's like, fucking so good to be home.
It's like when you're away, you know, at school and, you know, you get to come home for the break and it just feels good, you know, just like that anticipation of the flight. You know, you're coming home to see your people, see your family. Yeah. I definitely, you know, obviously been in your shoes before coming home. But
I think that's a great analogy. Like, because, like, bro, like, back when I was at school, life was, like, pretty copacetic. So, like, anytime I came home, it was just time to, like, really relax. Like, I feel clocked out right now, which I'm like really happy about. And then like it's funny because like although I'm clocked out, like we're still being productive, but we're being productive in like a healthy way.
Yeah.
Shooting a fucking pod.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bro, I'm not thinking about my life in Miami, bro, is fucked. Like me, and what I mean by like fucked, it's like it's good. It's good, but it's just like, bro, I somehow became Mr. Businessman. But maybe it was because of in Miami, a Lamborghini Urus is a Toyota Prius.
Right.
And we talked about this off camera.
Yeah.
About the I don't know if seeing all of that money is a good motivation, if it's a bad motivation, but like I've certainly seen a lot of money. I've seen a lot of watches and cars and beautiful women and this and that, and I think part of that, well, I'm on my path, so I'm not saying any of it's bad, but part of that is the reason why I when I'm in Miami, bro, I'm like, bro, if I sent you, like, every day I wake up, the first thing I do business-wise is I list out, like, my tasks for the day, because I actually am at a point now where I have so many tasks that if I don't list them out, I'll forget,
right.
And I can't forget to, like, for instance, not send the Daily Dropout footage.
Yeah.
Because, like, they're paying me.
Yeah, no,
it's a
absolutely.
huge, they have a channel with 3.5 million subscribers. Like, I can't afford to not do that. I can't afford to, let's say I make you a video and you need a vertical version of it posted today. You know, like, now I'm working with deadline. The whole point that I'm trying to get at is my life in Miami has become very structured and it feels almost rigid. And so it feels good to be home. I don't really have any responsibilities this trip.
Yeah.
And I have a good feeling that because I don't really have any responsibilities and I'm treating everything like kind of loose and copacetic, something big is going to happen for me in a good way because I am going with the flow again.
Yeah. Yeah, when we spoke, you know, a couple weeks ago when you were just talking about just kind of going through it a little bit down there in Miami, and you brought up just being exposed to all that money and women, jewelry, cars, you know, etc. And I think it's good and bad. It depends how you take it, right? So I think for someone, say, coming from Huntington Station, New York, that, you know, I'm sure you've seen that stuff, but like to be around it that frequently, being around those type of people all the time, it's a lot to digest so fast. Like, you got thrown into the fire, you know, around Steve Will Do It, you know, around Gary Vee, Marshmello, Jake Paul, Logan Paul. You got thrown into the fire, and we speak about not trying to like swing for the fences on the first pitch, you know, like if you want to talk in, you know, baseball terms, right? Sometimes you gotta get a few singles, right? Put the bat on the ball and work your way to that point.
Yeah.
when you get thrown into the fire like that, you know, your eyes get so big, and you could get a little almost not, I wouldn't say greedy, but you want to get there, right? You want to get there so fast, and you lose sight of the journey, right? You know, you lose
sight of the fact that a lot of times progress is letting God put the pieces in play. And because like I feel a tremendous amount of pressure to make it. So every day I wake up, I'm like not able to relax. I'm like constantly like my life has become a math equation. Like I'm always I'm looking for like, damn, I got to meet with this person. Okay, like I got to pitch them this. All right, we're going to have a sales call. Okay, like we need to figure out the deliverables for my business. Like, all right, like who's going to be on my team? Like where is my team going to be located? What's the best location? And then like, damn, like, okay, like I do have to like legitimize everything and meet with an accountant and meet with a lawyer. It's a lot. And I think that's exactly what's happened is I have lost sight of, I have lost sight of allowing. And I think I've like tried to take over too much.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, like a great quote I heard that would relate, you know, directly to that was, you know, if two guys are walking, right? Two guys are walking 100 miles. The guy that is in love with walking will walk a lot further than the guy in love with the destination. So what that means is just falling in love with the process, right? Enjoying the struggles, enjoying the failures, learning from them. And the destination, right? The end goal, the you know, the prize per se, that's just an extra.
Yep.
Everything else along the way is what shapes you to who you are.
Yep.
The destination doesn't shape you. You know what I mean? That's just an extra. That's like doing something you love, and then the money just comes on top of it. But during that whole process, you're enjoying, you're learning, you're you know, there's love, there's failure, there's happiness, there's, you know, depression. There's so much emotion that comes with it. But I feel like the people that get through that phase and really enjoy the process and take it, you know, head on, they go light years farther than the people just trying to just blow up overnight and are just kind of money hungry and just trying to get it, you know, just to say they got it.
I think, bro, and it just makes so much sense, bro, because like I've been thinking a lot about like decompressing, and I feel like lately I've been working so hard that I work so hard, and like I burn out, and like I need a day off. I need a day off. I need 2 days off. I need a weekend off, and I think like, which is weird because I love what I do. So it goes to show me like the problem isn't necessarily what I'm doing. It's more so how I've done it and where I've been. I you know, bro, it really is crazy because I'm really realizing now how much I don't want to be in Miami.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like
which is new cuz like Miami changed my life. I have fucking so much love for that place because although like I'm not trying to be like woo is me. I'm just, you know, being real and like I've just felt like it feels good to be home because right now I'm exhaling, and in Miami I'm like but I have a lot of love for that fucking place, bro. It's changed my life, and I do believe that there is a lot of value in getting really, really, really uncomfortable. There's the pain of change, and then there's the pain of staying where you're at. Because maybe the pain of staying where you're at, it's not as present, but it's there. It's there.
Yeah.
So I just feel like although things have been crazy, they have been amazing, and now we're gonna pull an audible, and it was just a necessary part of the journey.
Yeah.
Necessary part of the
journey. No, that's good. And while you're obviously going through all this at such a fast pace, right? This was all in the span of 4 months. You know,
fucking crazy.
Like it's Miami, and now it's on to the next, and now, you know, you've met all these people.
People already like, yo, like you're giving up that easy, and I'm like, yo, I'm not like.
No, it's you know, on to the next chapter, and a lot of times that's what you have to do. Like once you've kind of gotten everything from something, right? You've ran it dry.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to find the next endeavor,
Next
right?
well.
Yeah, and you know, you got to keep moving, keep going.
Yep.
But I think a lot of people tend to, I don't know, like fall off, right? Or like they could look at like, oh, Miami, like you could look at it like, hey, I didn't blow up in Miami, like I'm a failure.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's like, oh, Jake's in Miami, you know, he's around all these people and he didn't, you know, he's not at the top yet, whatever. But it's like a lot of people don't know what's going on behind the scenes and the, you know, the things that are in a working progress. But I think it'll be a good move for, you know, for what you have going next, you know, moving forward, because Miami is a bit of a distraction. And I feel like for anyone, you know, for any celebrity, you name it, it's a lot, you know, it is a lot to handle for a place to live, for your day-to-day life and trying to create a business. Maybe once you make it, right, and that's a nice place to go to have part of your business running there.
Absolutely.
But to grow there immediately from, you know, pretty much from like the grassroots, you know, like from the ground up, that's tough. It's really tough.
I think, bro, it all goes back to your intuition. Because a month ago, I felt great about Miami, and things were going great. Also, like, bro, like another crazy thing is like, I actually had my first, this is a crazy story. I had my first, like I told you, my first panic attack in like 3 years.
Yeah.
Like 3 weeks ago. And like when I say panic attack, I'm not saying it lightly. Like I was like, you know, like really like going through it. And I've just had so many of those fucking moments, bro, in the past 3 years, where I almost like, I feel like God has a bigger plan, and he'll send you signals. Yeah. And if you're not listening to them, he's gonna get your ass.
It's the omens.
Yeah, bro. And like God will continuously give you signs, because God wants you to be great, and God wants you to follow your path. And even if you're not listening, bro, he'll send you signs, send signs. But like, I feel like it gets to a point where like he'll smack you in the fucking face.
Right, like wake up.
And that's happened in my life so much. And I don't want to sound like a broken record, but that's like why I don't view these things as like it's just better, bro, to view adversity just as an opportunity to grow.
Yeah.
Because, all right, I had a panic attack 3 weeks ago. 3 years ago, I would be a very different person right now. I would still be recovering from the fucking panic attack. Now, 3 years later, I had the panic attack. Move on.
That's growth, you know, and that's what you need, you know, as you just mature into, you know, a man.
We're becoming men, bro.
Yeah. We're getting older, you know, 20, 25 years old. You turn 25 in 2 weeks. So
fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. And that's kind of the next topic I kind of wanted to jump to. We spoke about this briefly, but I wanted to go a little more in depth with it. It was like this guy's biggest fear, right? So he said when we get to heaven, you know, you meet God and there's someone standing in front of you. And that person is who you were supposed to be if you reached your max potential.
Bro, this is the third time I've heard this in the past 2 days. Like this exact story.
Yeah. And that was like, after hearing that, it was kind of a wake-up call to me, because the guy was talking about, if I looked at that guy and he wasn't a exact replica of who I am, think about how defeated you would be, where God gave you all the tools, all the abilities, the knowledge, the physical capabilities to reach this max potential of a human being, right? And reach your soul max potential, everything. Yeah. Just being a perfect version of yourself. And then you look at that person and they're total opposites. Think about how crushing that is as just a human, you know? And when
Can't let it happen.
No. And that was the point I was getting at, where after listening to that, I'm like, bro, we're 25 now. Like, clock is ticking. Yes, we have so much time. We are very young, but I want to do something with this life that I have. We got one shot at it, and I want to do, you know, everything I possibly can, because I don't want to live with regrets. And that's more of the reason why I'm going to do what I'm going to be doing next year. Well, plan on doing, right? So, I mean, I don't like talking about stuff until it's set in stone. You know, I don't like doing all that, but yeah, the next chapter I have in my life is more of a situation where I'm like, if I don't do this, I will look back when I'm 35, 40, 50 years old and be so mad at myself for not taking that chance. And I'm so excited I'm doing that, because maybe a few years ago or even a few months ago, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have taken that chance. But just listening and being more open to what life can bring, and just living in the moment, you know, it kind of persuaded my decision a little bit, and I'm excited about it.
Tell the viewers, bro. Tell people about what right now are you thinking about doing in the next year?
So, I mean, like I said earlier, basketball is going to be my passion, right? I was even in class today, and you know, my teacher is talking.
You don't get sick of basketball, huh?
No, I
That's
love it.
crazy.
I love it, man. Like it. I coach now. You know, I coach AAU, and I was just at a tournament, like just being on the sideline, bro. Like even coaching, I love it.
Like boy to boy though, like you really love it like that.
I love it.
Yeah.
Like I get so locked in, and it's really, because bro, basketball shaped me. You know, basketball completely changed my life. Without basketball, I'd be a completely different person. The people that I've met, the connections I've made, the lessons I've learned, the places I've been. Without basketball, none of that would have been possible. You know, basketball is a key reason for a lot of my success and the great people that I've met in my life. Yeah. But like I said, basketball is the future, right? So I've decided to get into coaching. I've decided to start my own training business and really, really go head on with it. And then I'm going to be pursuing a professional career playing, and not play my last year of eligibility. I have one more year eligibility, but I think I'm at the point now where I want to take that next step and, you know, chase my dreams of playing professionally. And I got an opportunity from this past season. I had a really good year, great film, great stats. Yep. We didn't do amazing as a team, but, you know, going professionally, you know, they're looking for an individual to help their team win. So I think this will be a life-changing opportunity for me, because wherever I go, I know I'm going to make the most of my opportunity. No one's going to outwork me. No one's going to, you know what I mean? I feel like people haven't been through the things that I've been through. And, you know, I'm just super excited that I have this, you know, opportunity. It's a blessing. It really is. Because if you would have asked me in 9th, 10th, 11th grade, I would have never thought I'd be at where I'm at right now, or even having the chance to pursue this.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
You really got to you really have to stick with basketball, bro.
Yeah.
You have to stick with basketball. You love it.
Yeah. No, exactly. And that's why, like, you know, like I want to be on the team with you guys, you and Nick, and I want us to fucking, you know, have that mob mentality and have a crib, and like we will, bro, we will. But like we all kind of got to get where, you know what I mean? We got to do our own thing right now.
Yeah. And
then I feel like we'll all meet up at the right time. And I just think it'll be like God's timing, you know. I just feel like things happen, you know, at the right time for the right reason, and you can't force something. So I think we'll figure it out, and I think it'll be good.
So it's just so crazy, bro, because you're so ambitious. We're so ambitious, and you know, you want things to happen so fast. And that's why, you know, again, I'm excited to be home, bro, because that sounds good. We're gonna let the chips fall like where they may, you know. Yeah. We're just gonna let it. And when I hear that, and when I say it, it feels good. And feeling is I think the number one thing you have to follow, no matter like over anything else. So it's very funny, bro, to go back to square one, because of a feeling, and then you were feeling kind of shitty,
Yeah.
and then now you're just feeling amazing.
Yeah.
Now you're just feeling amazing because life worked itself out.
Yeah. It just, like you said, it just kind of happened. Everything just kind of fell into place. And I mean, I'm not even remotely close where I want to be, physically, mentally, financially, you name it. I know there's a lot more room to grow in all three aspects. But once you find that passion, and you can just be driven to get 1, 2, 3, 4%, 5% better every single day towards that, and everything you do is aimed towards getting better at your craft and perfecting your craft and perfecting what you love to do, it just makes the whole process, right? Like the guy walking, it makes it so much more enjoyable. Like I love the gym, bro. Like that's like my highlight of the day, There was a great quote, line from Russ, the rapper, where people praise what you practice in private. So people praise what you practice in private. So all the work you're putting in behind the scenes, in private, when no one's watching, when no one's around, that's what people are going to remember you for, right? They're going to remember you. They're going to praise you. They're going to celebrate you for all the shit that you've done when no one was watching. And that's not just in sports. That's you fucking grinding for hours on YouTube, perfecting, now you're into the ads. So it's all marketing and finding business schemes and seeing what's going to sell. Bro, anything you do, you have to be that guy behind closed doors or you won't make it. You can't just be the guy faking it. You can only fake it for so long.
Well, you could fake it. You could fake it if what you chose to fake it, like if what you chose to fake it in pays. Meaning like, because I'm around Chivato Central of the world, bro. Like Miami's fake it fucking USA, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone got these businesses. I don't know what the business is, bro. Everyone just blew up overnight because they just took it. They took advantage of a poppin' market. But at the end of the day, they're still going to get found out. People are still going to get found out. You know, there's a reason why even in like influencer space, like a Jake Paul or a Logan Paul, like they're going to stay at the top because they get it. They're working hard, bro. They're working hard. And that's man, it's so crazy, bro, because it's the same conversation over and over and over and over again. And like we're blessed to have this conversation, but it's like, bro, hard work really is the bee's knees. Like hard work, like, bro, if you found something, you just talked about it, if you found something and you fucking wore it like a fucking suit and you embraced it and you got better at it every single day, your moment is going to come. Your moment is going to come.
Yeah.
It's I wish more people loved and embraced skill sets.
Yeah, and that's what I've been noticing lately. I'm so observant to my surroundings and the people around me. Not that I care so much what other people are doing. I'm just very observant, right? Like I have a crazy memory. You guys say it all the time. Like I just remember everything. Like what I see, I have like almost a photographic memory. If not when it comes to school all the time, but just situations and seeing things, right? Just hearing things, seeing what people are impressed by. I feel like we look at ourselves and like we kind of downplay sometimes where we're at, or we're not happy where we're at. But then I look at like it, it's not good to compare, but there are so many people that don't even remotely have that type of mindset. about like hard work, or you know, they just don't get it. Like it just hasn't clicked. And just because they don't get it and I do, that doesn't make me better or going to be more successful. But it's just crazy because if you look at all the most successful people in the world, they get it.
They get it.
You know, they just do. And I don't think even you and I completely get it yet. We're tiptoeing that line where like we know what it takes, but we need to start working more efficiently and working smarter and not harder. Because working hard is good.
Yeah.
But if you can work smarter, I feel like that is the most.
We can even have a book one day, you know, about how to work hard in a generation that rewards not working hard.
Yeah.
Because, there are anomalies. Like there are people that will blow overnight on like a TikTok. You know, that's new. But being truly great at something. You know who Hans Zimmer is?
No.
He does the score on huge movies like Inception. He just did Dune. Oscar-winning scores, like he makes the soundtrack.
Okay.
I was watching an interview of him. The guy's like 70. And you listen like to this guy's fucking like the sound, like the soundtrack he makes. And you're like, man, like it sounds like Jesus did it. You know, like it's just fucking it's unbelievable. And like me, like being into production, like I play with sound design a little bit. So like for me to like take sounds out of a fucking pack that I bought for $50 and then listen to like a Hans, like the best of the best do it, it's very inspiring. It made me think about, this is a crazy subject. He's 70 years old. When he was coming up, what he was focusing on was being the best, I guess, score person, sound composer, movie composer of all time. I'm focusing on being the best filmmaker of all time, but I'm also focusing on growing the best filmmaking and inspiring and spiritual personal brand of all time. Like, I'm not, right now, I can't be as good as like a Quentin Tarantino or a Martin Scorsese because they grew up without the internet, to where while I'm busy telling everyone how great I am, there are motherfuckers out there just being great.
They're just doing it.
They're just doing it. They're not telling anyone. So that's like fire under my ass for like, bro, personal brand is amazing. I love the tool that it is. I literally meet people every single day that tell me that I'm impacting their lives in a positive way. That's beautiful. That's all I have to say about that for fucking right now in this instant. But at the end of the day, a samurai's got to be a samurai, bro. Filmmaker's got to be a filmmaker, and a fucking, you know, like, and that's like some like challenge for both of us. And that's why, like, bro, we don't know, but we will, like, one day, bro, I'm confident that we'll understand how to block out, here's skill set time, here's samurai time, and here's like growing a personal brand time.
Yeah.
We're helping people, bro. People watch your podcast, bro, and I swear to God, it's helping them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I think, you know, the podcast is so beneficial for us, and I mean whoever is watching, because I know there's a lot of people out there just like us, right? Like hungry young men trying to get it, trying to find their passion, trying to understand why things are happening the way they are, or things aren't going as planned. And it's cool to see, you know, other people kind of going through it with you, right? Like you're not the only one, and it's like we all got to get through this together, because you know, if you don't keep going, you're just going to get left behind. You know, if you don't, and that's the scary thing, where I could never, I don't know, my brain doesn't function like that, right? So I can't, I always got to be doing something. I always got to be doing something towards something. It could be the smallest thing, like just watching a podcast and just grabbing like one piece of knowledge from it, right? Some information, and then applying it to my life. And it's like, all right, I just gained something from that. I watched an hour podcast and there was a 20-second clip from whoever, and I just learned something from that. So that's like my downtime, right? And that's not even talking about school, work, working out, basketball, the gym, coaching, all the things like I'm super passionate about. That's more hands on. So I feel like people need to, yes, like you said, it's good to decompress and it's good to just not burn yourself out. But I'm wired where I just always got to be doing something. I don't know if it's ADHD.
You got to know how much you got. We all need to be honest with ourselves, bro. And like we need to like I think there's value in customizing. And there's also value in being honest with yourself, bro. I know when I don't have more when I don't have any more in the tank, and I know when I have more. I think honestly, I'm just gonna say it, put it out there, bro. Motherfuckers are soft. Yo, I'm gonna get into it here, like, just very little bit. I'm not whatever, bro. Like I realized over the past 2 years, majority of people are living a very low vibrational existence, and what I mean by that is, instead of being the main character, the hero in their own story, they're so consumed with what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
And it's really wild because the greatness that people value in other people's lives, they can get that if they just understood the value of hard work. Bro, hard work is not hard. Like, yeah, of course, like it's time consuming. Well, maybe it is, man.
Hard work is hard.
Hard work
but
is hard.
It's more mental discipline, right? And just being mentally locked in. Because people think hard work, they could think it's physical, right? Like, oh, I'm not an athlete, like I don't need to work hard, but like working hard is in any aspect of life. And it is hard. It's easy to work hard for 2 or 3 days.
Right.
But where hard work gets hard is when you need to work hard for a year. When you need to work hard for 18 months straight with no days off. And that's when it gets hard. It's the consistency aspect of it where people just fall off, right? They go, and then they fall off for a couple days.
Just takes one day, one thought.
Yeah, and then they get thrown off their path, right? Oh, I didn't go yesterday. One more day won't hurt. Or I didn't work on this today. And then it's just a trickle-down effect, right? It's a slippery slope. And then next thing you know, you're on a whole nother trajectory going the wrong way just because of one certain situation.
A little slip up.
So that's where I think hard work, right, gets tough.
Yeah, it is hard. It is hard.
It's the consistency aspect of it.
It's hard. Where we just work through this. That's why I miss podcasting, because it's important. Like you have these, especially like to have like for me, like I need to have conversations like this, because I have all these thoughts, but like a thought sometimes needs to be worked through. A thought can start at A, and you need to work on it and get it to Z. And like I just realized, hard work is hard, but if you do it, success is guaranteed.
Yeah. I think, and another thing that kind of goes hand in hand with that, like, right, we talk about this generation soft. People around us don't work hard. They're just living in this like dream facade, kind of just BS life, just going through the motions every day. Yeah. And when me and you speak about alpha, right, just being like an alpha man, alpha being, I don't know. It's no type of like shade towards other people or cockiness on my end, but like I just feel like I'm different than everyone. Like
you are. I can tell you that.
Like
I know everyone else. You are different than everyone.
Like when I'm around like a bunch of people, right? Like I feel like I stand out. Not it couldn't be like I just feel like I stand out internally, right? Like I don't belong here. Like when I go out to like a bar or a party, like I don't belong here. Like this is like I can't get with this. Putting poison, you know what I mean? Just drinking, spending, throwing money away to have a shitty next day. And a lot of people live these lives just every weekend. Like they just live to go out, drink, feel like shit the next day, wake up late. Now your sleep schedule is fucked up. Monday comes, you hate your life again. I can't get with that. And I feel like a lot of the people I've been around over the past couple of years, other than like my core group of people, live that life. And that's why when like I just look at people or I speak to people, the things they speak about to me, I'm just like, wow. Like I can't speak to certain people. I'm just like this is your concern. This is what you're worried about right now. Like, this is what you're talking to me about. And that's why I just feel like I'm different than a lot of people, and I can see it on your end and a lot of other people that, you know, I would consider in my circle, right? We all kind of have this similar mindset.
I'm gonna say one thing to add on that, and then I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's the one good thing about leaving Long Island. Trippiest thing in the world, although it does feel good being back here, you have to be very fucking careful, bro, because it feels very comfortable, right? Comfortability, the next where that goes is complacency. I went to the vitamin shop today. The same person working at the vitamin shop 4 months ago was there. I went to the gas station today. The same person working at the gas station was there. I went from Miami to Long Island, and it doesn't feel like I went from location to location. It feels like I went back in time. It feels like motherfuckers aren't growing here. So although there has been challenges in Miami, and I do believe that it's good to be here right now, I am happy that I got the fuck out of here, because a lot of people here are living in that lower existence. It's almost like the Matrix, bro. Look at the past 2 years we had. Like you just said, majority of the issues that people are upset about, you're like, I can't even have a conversation with you because it's like, how are you upset? How are you upset that this person didn't wear their mask and you weren't even there? You know what I'm saying? Like, we weren't even there. You don't know, like whatever. Like, I'm just saying, like, people are like parrots. They're just repeating everything, and they're fucking, and then they do the same thing, and then, bro, like, it's so, I can't look at someone that's not being genuine anymore. That's what freaks me out.
Yeah.
I can genuinely see someone being disgusted with their life. Like, I can look at someone and they're disgusted with themselves, and they'll still continue to do it, and that trips me out. You ever go to the, bro? I one of the funniest things, bro, is like going to like a Huntington Village or like any bar in general, and seeing a group of people that are out that like should be home, but like they're out. So like what I'm trying to get at is like they don't want to be out, but they're out because their friends drag them out. So they're like, you know, like, and they'll do this, bro, for 5 hours. You know, like, and I just can't. It's fucking, bro. It's just, it drives me nuts.
Yeah. I think people just they live too much for other people, right? The things they're worried about, it gives them, because that's like the main thing, right? What we talked about, finding purpose, finding passion, right? Knowing what you're living for. I think a lot of people lack that. So I think a lot of people lack identifying why they're on this earth, right? So complaining about all this bullshit and you know, getting involved in the social media drama or whatever, right? I don't even want to get too deep into it because I don't care about it, right?
Yeah, right.
It makes them feel like they're a part of something.
Yeah.
So I think that's why so many people are stressed, right? Or they have depression or they have anxiety because they're
passionless.
Yes, and they're so focused on stuff that has nothing to do with them and being the most productive version of themselves.
I agree.
They're so worried about other things going on in the world.
I agree.
But it stems from not knowing who you are, and it makes you feel like you're a part of something.
Bar Instagram clip. I'm gonna pee. That was fantastic. Let's do pee break. When we get back, let's give some people some tips on finding their purpose.
Yeah.
And then we'll call it.
Yeah. Beautiful.
20 minutes in, I was like, fuck. I was looking at you, bro. The wall was like shifting, bro. Just to bring it back.
Yeah, we're back.
We're back, dude. Just to bring it back. one of the reasons why I fucking love podcasting is because when we speak on a podcast, you like I'm really trying to pay like my maximum attention to you because that's the way I've noticed. Like when I'm like really fucking paying attention to you and like looking into your eyes and like just being here, the conversation is better. So the point that I'm trying to get at is we need the reason why people are having anxiety and they're having depression is because they're so forward in the future in their mind. They're so forward in the past. I was listening to this guy named Joe Dispenza today, who's like this doctor, and he says that every minute you lose your attention 6 to 10 times.
Wow.
So if we can, I think the cure, bro, to like anxiety, depression, like one of the cures is just, bro, like treat this conversation like it's the last one we're ever gonna have. You know, like I heard Ed Milet say that on a podcast. He was like, "Yo, like, you know how many times like my dad called me, and I was like, all right, Dad, I gotta go. Like I just wrote him off, and then he died, and then he's like, what I would, and bro, you can relate. He's like, what I would fucking do. He goes, if my dad called me one more time, I would drop everything I was fucking doing to talk to them.
Wow.
And that's the type of attention we need to bring to things.
Yeah, that's it's crazy you bring that up because I actually had, I don't want to get too deep into it, but I had like a scary situation last week. I didn't really speak to anyone about it, but like my dad had a surgery about 2 weeks ago, and something had went wrong with the surgery, and he was bleeding internally, like very bad. And he calls me at 1 a.m. in the hospital. And I had to get over there quick, and like thought he was like bleeding out, and like, bro, like I'm in the hospital room like last night, like my dad's like telling me to follow my dreams and like do what you love, like almost like saying his goodbyes.
Fuck.
And I've been there before, right? So like I've spoke about this in the past in other podcasts where it's like a blessing and a curse, right? That my mom passed away when I was 12, because when you're that young, right, it's almost like just I obviously I know what happened, but I don't even remember, like I remember vaguely how I felt, right, when I was 12 years old. Like you almost kind of don't know what's going on. Like losing someone now, it's like totally different, right? Especially like losing like your dad now, right, at 25. But Gary Vee speaks about think every day. He said what he does every day, he thinks about one of his family members dying, losing them. He tries to convince himself that one of his top 5 favorite people, most loved people in his life is gone. And that like gives him his motivation to value the time with them, right? And value everything he's doing in his life, because he like trains his mind for that brief moment to act like they're gone, right? And I tend to do that at times just subconsciously, right? Like I'll think about like not having a person like in my life anymore, like because I know what loss feels like. And I know how hard it is, right? Because we're so desensitized by death or loss, right? We don't even, we just, oh, so and so died. Like a comedian died today, Gilbert. I
wasn't on my phone today. Someone died?
Yes, bro. Damn, you would know him, right?
Right.
I'll show you after. But like he passed away today, right? And now he's just a statistic, right? Obviously he's much more than that. Yeah. But in the grand scheme of things, we just are, oh, so and so passed, right? Dwayne Haskins the other day.
Crazy.
24 years old, and it's just like a day before that he's on Instagram laughing with Najee Harris. And we're just so on the go, do this. We're never living in the present moment and actually valuing every single conversation, because literally every conversation you have could be the last time you speak to that person. But we never think that. We're so what's the word? We're so just like not in the present moment.
Next.
Yeah, like we're we're so there's such a good word for this, but I can't think of it.
Not present. We're so
Whatever it may be, we're not valuing our time with our people. We're not valuing the relationships that we have with our loved ones, our best friends, because bro, life doesn't stop, right? Life is hard. Life is scary. There's tragedies.
life
for a
has never
reason.
died.
Life has never died, and it'll never die. Bro, 13 people got shot today in the subway. Did you see that?
No, what?
Bro,
That
in
happened too?
Brooklyn. Bro, there was 7 undetonated bombs in the subway, and 13 people got shot in Brooklyn today.
That's fucked. What do you mean undetonated bombs? Like a terrorist attack?
Yes. In Brooklyn. People just going to their jobs, going home, whatever. You never know what could happen. So it's like, you know, not to go too deep into that subject, but we need to start valuing our time with our best friends and family and loved ones, because you never know, bro. You never know.
You never know. I agree. It's hard. It's hard, bro. It's very hard to be present. Very, 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 very hard to be present. It's like it's almost like it should have been taught. You know, it's like, you know how like they say like when you're young, like it's easier to learn a language.
Yes.
Like it's the same thing. Like, bro, like I wish like someone taught us how to. It's so funny. All right, anyway. No, I wish his alcohol. Anyway,
A little strong.
yeah, well. No, bro, I wish it just all of this would have been life would have been so much easier if we were just taught some spiritual shit from a young age.
Yeah. Bro, it's even hard for me to read The Power of Now because of how programmed I am to live in the past and the future.
Yeah.
Like I read it and I can't grab it. I'm reading it word for word. I'm paying attention. I'm trying to read 10 to 20 pages every day. Yeah. And I just find myself just going over the words and not actually understanding what I'm reading or applying it to my life. Yeah. I can't. It's so hard because I'm already thinking about what's my next play, what's my next move, right? I'm always thinking like, damn, if I could have did this, or damn, what if I would have done this or did this differently? Where would I be at now? But we never live in that present moment, and we never live in valuing the time that we have right now. If you sit back and you just are present with everything going on, bro, like the lights, right? If you're outside in nature, whatever it may be, it's kind of crazy sometimes, like where you can kind of get in this like realm of just understanding where you're at in that present moment. And it's hard, bro. It's so hard now, especially with social media and how fast the world works. Think about how fast like the weeks go. Like today's Tuesday, you know what I mean? Like tomorrow, it's almost Wednesday, and then it's gonna be the weekend, and time just flies, bro. Time doesn't stop, and definitely as you get older, time goes even faster.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It is. It's a lot to process, and it's very hard. It's not something that you can change overnight. Being in the present moment and. You know, like I'd probably have to read The Power of Now 5 times before
What
I
is
even
it with
slightly
what
get
is it with our attention span? Why are our attention span so bad?
I think it's I truly think because we were the lab rats of social media. We were the first generation from 14 years old to be exposed to social media, and that is all. We are the only generation to be in that age group, right, where our brains are developing at the fastest rate, where we got to live both sides of it. We got to live, right, from
pretty cool time period. Pretty cool time period.
And that's why I think, you know, a lot of people in our age group are destined for greatness, right? People in this born in the 90s to early 2000s, because we got to live with the best of both worlds. We got to live without any type of social media up until we were 13.
Yeah.
And then boom, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook,
Bang.
MySpace, you know, Snapchat, and now TikTok. We had Vine, all just got thrown at us. and we have been almost like programmed to watch a 30-second video, watch a 6-second clip, read a quick tweet, and that's your news for the day. And it's now it's, I mean, it's complete 180 tenfold of what it was in 2013, 9-10 years ago, 2012, when it like really first started to pop off. So I think that's like a big role in why our generation is how it is today, because of social media, and it's only getting worse.
How do you fix it?
You don't. You have to learn how to use social media as a productive tool and an asset, rather than a time killer and mindset killer, and because social media can be so detrimental to your mental health.
Bro, you want to hear something that's so fucked up, bro?
Let's hear it. Sit up for this.
I'm like on these fucking dating apps, bro. And when it comes time to like chill with these girls, I'm like not even really down. I'm like more down to just like conversate with them on these fucking apps, bro.
It's like the rush you get. It's like that like adrenaline you get to that spark, right? That dopamine engaging thing where you get something new, the conversation's flowing, but then when it comes time to it, like, I don't even know this, but like I don't really want to waste my time.
Our generation is really good at flaking. Like I can be flaky, bro. Fuck, dude. Like it hurts me, to think about. Like, what am I doing? Like, yo, the best way to meet a girl would be to get their number, call them, go on a date. And that should be the end of it.
Speak to them.
Yeah, like you want to do a little bit of. It's almost like our generation, bro, we're so against uncomfortability that we would rather like get the validation of them swiping right on our picture, but then we don't want to meet up with them in person and realize that they don't like us.
Right. Well, because social media and dating apps, you're only showing the best version of yourself at all times, right? People don't post their failures or when they look like shit.
I mean, I post it.
I mean, hey, everyone is different. Everyone's not Jake Moscato,
course,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but if you look at the big picture, what people are doing on social media, it's a highlight tape, right? So people sometimes are afraid of that. And I think even personally, not every girl is the same, right? But going up to girls, right, in person now, they get like weirded out. A girl would rather you maybe follow them, right? And maybe swipe up on a story, and you have a small window to say the right thing now, right? If you say the
like
wrong thing,
overthinking everything.
Yeah, if you say the wrong
they'll
thing,
never respond again.
Yeah, that's it. Like you're done. But that's where we're at now. Where if you go up to a girl in person, like she could be like, "Yo, this dude's weird. Like, why is he talking to me?" Yeah. And it's like, "Yo, like a guy could just be trying to get to know you."
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy the way the world is shifting. And that's why I feel like there's such a gap in the generations with like our parents, us, and then I don't know, what is it, Gen Z now? Like the new generation, whatever.
I think
we're all just so different. We're all very different, and it's almost all based off of social media, how it's making us react to our real life encounters and our real life interactions.
But you know what's pretty cool, bro? Although we do have to contend with social media, there is still real life. So we have that in common with everyone. Yeah. Everyone has real life in common. So if you can just get really fucking hip to that and try to get more absorbed into the present moment, into real life, there are other people that are doing it.
No, absolutely. But the numbers are going down drastically every single year.
Yeah, but you know what, man? I'm like, I feel bad for society in general, but like at least for us, bro. I think the reason why we can rock is because like we're good at doing real life stuff. We're good at talking. We're good at sitting down. Like actually following through when we say we're gonna do something. I think that's something I would like to do in the future is definitely help people get more involved in their real life. More involved in their bro. It's just better. Like we're not like, bro. Even like our phones. Crazy. This is crazy. Like our phones, like our simulations are the Oculus. It's nowhere near as good as real life.
No.
Like we can't like you ever see the show Westworld?
I know, I'm familiar with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit like long story short, just about a simulation where you can go and chill with a bunch of robots essentially, and they're human beings, and it's perfect. Like they say they have consciousness, like this and that. Like we're nowhere near that, bro.
Yeah.
We're like people are scared of like Web3 and Oculus
AI,
VR.
Yeah.
Like bro, it's still like real life is still the bee's knees compared to everything else.
Yeah, we're so far from
Yeah.
that aspect of life. Yeah. But yeah, I just think it's I think it's just something internally, right? And you just have to have the right guidance. A lot of it stems from, your childhood and how you were raised and the people that surrounded you and just kind of your average is the 5 main people that you're around, right? Like that's your average. That's what they say. So the 5 main people you're around all the time, you are an average of all of them.
Yeah.
So if you're around shitty people, you're gonna probably be a shitty person. You're around great people, you're on the right path. So I think that's what it comes down to. Like you said, just being present, being in real life, living life, and not living through your phone or web and social media, because that's it. It's yes, it's the future, but it's unsustainable for just real life success.
Yeah,
not
I've
money
heard
or anything.
like, bro, these huge like the social media people don't let their kids on the apps,
Yeah, because they know how powerful it is.
Jerk offs.
But yeah, I think that was good, bro. I think
Where you want to maybe end it on one more thing.
Yeah.
Get into one last thing.
Yeah. I was it's kind of like a bounce off of that, where just I feel like the phone, right? The morning when you wake up, I read this thing where don't check your phone for the first hour. Don't even look at it for the first hour. And bro, it's hard. It is so hard. And I've been trying to do it, right? I wake up early, like 5 a.m., 4:30 a.m. most days. Days I'm not, working early, 7, 8, and it is hard. But I've been trying to create this routine where I wake up every morning. I've been making my bed every morning. I've never made my bed my entire life.
Yeah.
And I just started doing it because I liked the way it looked when I came back into my room later. Mm-hmm. My bed was made. My room just looked so much cleaner.
Feels a lot better.
And it was just a small thing, right? But it was the compound effect, right? You do one thing. How you do one thing is how you do everything.
Yep.
And so I would make my bed. I'm trying not to check my phone. I'm working on diet, right? So wake up, eat. I'm trying to drink celery juice now, clean your gut.
There you go.
But little things like that, right? And I think none of that has to do with social media. None of that has to do with this fake behind the scenes, phone life. This is all just real life things that just kind of start your day in the right direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're just stepping stones to build for a productive day, right? Wake up, make your bed. You did something. Wake up, drink something, eat something healthy for
Real
you.
life,
Boom.
real life, yep.
Get a workout in. Go do something. I found, waking up, that's when you're the most productive because your mind is so clear.
It's back to we all have these like terrible habits, bro. And when you go to bed, they shut off, and you get to wake up, and like you really do start fresh.
Yeah. Waking up and doing something immediately when you wake up, I don't think is the best thing, right? Like jumping right into something. I think you need time to kind of settle, right?
Yeah.
So give yourself 10, 15 minutes to kind of just sit there, almost like a meditation state where you kind of just sit there and relax for a little while, right? Let yourself wake up, focus on your breathing, then kind of start towards something.
Yeah.
So I think, in that first hour, you can get a lot done because your brain is so clear. Your mind is not worried. It's not cluttered about anything. Things haven't happened yet in the day, right? you could dive into a journal, something business related, something creative, right? An idea you had. That's when your brain it's flowing. A lot of people wake up, they're so groggy and like they can't do anything. They need a coffee to operate. I think it's the opposite. I think if you wake up with the mindset like, yo, I have a fresh start. This is a new day. Let me do something, right? Let me start right now. I think a lot of people can gain something living, in that perspective.
I think that time is your alone time. That's your time to tap back in to your intuition. That's your time to tap back, like you're tapping back into you. I personally believe we have all the answers we need. You know, I think your friends are good to give you advice every once in a while, but like personally, like I know that like the big life decisions are going to come from me. No one spends time with themselves anymore.
No.
So if you can do that in the morning, I think that's a great piece of advice because it's easy in the morning. Because it's hard to meditate after you've been on your phone for 7 hours.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to reach for your phone.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. But as soon as you wake up in the morning, man, that hour, I do it. The days that I do it, I feel a lot better. And maybe that's why I'm in the position that I'm in.
Yeah. Just mental clarity has been key for me lately. I mean, for anyone else watching, that is feeling, overwhelmed, or their mind is cluttered. Uh, I really think, yeah, and just kind of relax and kind of just be present, right? It sounds cliche, but just be present in that time and do something that's going to set your day up for success.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like I really feel like I wanted to get into today. We'll have one. We can even do another, podcast about finding your purpose. I love that, the Mike Stud podcast, and a lot of the tips that he gives. I believe in it so much. It's like, bro, like a lot of the things we say to do, they really are beneficial. Journaling, extremely beneficial. Meditating, extremely beneficial. Not checking your phone in the morning, extremely beneficial. Having a conversation with someone you love, extremely beneficial. And reading a book, like whatever. If someone is having a tough time in their life, I say that's the best place to start.
Yeah.
Best place to start.
Start early.
Start early.
But
Let's call it.
yeah, I think this was good. I'm glad we got to run it again. It's been a while.
We're fucking back, bro. This was a good one.
Yeah, no, for sure.
This was a good one.
Yeah, we're gonna keep running it. So
we're gonna keep running it, bro. My goal is for us to fucking get in a crib one day, bro.
Yeah, and get to the point where we're doing two a week, 1 or 2 a week.
It's easy.
It's
people are gonna start watching. By the way,
I think so. I think so, bro.
People are gonna start watching, bro. Yeah, man. Fucking it's bro. If someone else can do it, why can't we?
Yeah. But that's it for this would be episode 6, season 2 on the journey. But I think we'll have something cooking up soon where it's more of a collab.
Do like a little mini series. I say like this could be like a little mini series. I want to run like 5 this week, bro.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep all the shit in the same setup.
Yeah, we'll run it.
All right, cuz.
All right, cousin.